Now at 6, the city of Pittsburgh hopes for grant money to help address the issue of homelessness. Plus, the Southeast Kansas Nature Center celebrates a milestone. And local food pantries might soon get a helping hand thanks to a summer food drive.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The city of Pittsburgh is requesting more than $300,000 in federal funding to help address homelessness. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. KOAM's Amber Jenkins has more.
Every year for more than a decade, the city of Pittsburgh has applied for the Emergency Solutions Grant through the Kansas Housing Resources Cooperation. The city requests a certain amount of funding. This year, they're applying for more than $300,000 to aid the city's homeless community.
We also helped with homeless prevention funds, which helps individuals stay housed with either back rent or utilities assistance, and there was some funding for day shelter operations.
Last year, they applied for $450,000 but were granted just under $100,000. If they do not receive the amount they're requesting, city officials are prepared to be strategic.
We have to be more mindful of how much we are helping individuals. We just need to make sure that we are truly helping the individuals that need the assistance.
One Pittsburgh resident is skeptical about how the city will spend the funds. He voices his thoughts on his 5,000-member Facebook group called Citizens for Pittsburgh.
If this is the way to solve the problem, more money, more people working, why is the problem continually getting worse?
Lomshek and others believe the funds should be spent on people from Crawford County. The city of Pittsburgh assists anyone who meets their homelessness criteria.
The other concern that we've had from the beginning is that a large number of these people are not from Crawford County or Pittsburgh. They are coming here because they have heard there are free services.
Well, they have to go through some homeless certifications, but as long as they are in our community, they are considered a resident and will be assisted.
Reporting in Pittsburgh, Amber Jenkins, KOAM News.
If it's approved, city officials say they should receive those funds by August. Getting warm out there. Let's check in with meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney.
Well, it is getting pretty warm and temperatures now in the mid-80s. We saw a pretty cloudy day today, but overall looking pretty good. Across the region, temperatures a little bit warmer in the southwest, so 88 in Veneta, 87 in Nowata, 85 Sedan, 86 Independence, but cooler up in the northeast, so 80 Stockton, 80 Lamar, 81 Nevada. Not too bad out there, but we are going to continue to warm up in the next couple of days. Not to mention we still have some residual flooding along some of our rivers and lakes in the area that stay like that for the next couple of days until those water levels go down a little bit. Now, we're staying dry for the next couple of days. We do have some rain chances in the forecast, but we are officially out of severe weather season, but that just means temperatures are really going to start to warm up. And I'll have those details in just a bit.
Catch you in a few, Lindsay. Thanks. Southeast Kansas Nature Center is celebrating 20 years. The center is in Shimmerhorn Park, that's south of Galena. You can find snakes and salamanders and frogs and turtles and a whole lot of other things. The goal of the center is to introduce wildlife to educate the community about native Kansas wildlife.
They're going to see several native species to this region and lots of drawers and exploration stuff to get into. And lots of hands-on things. We try and make it as friendly as we can to all groups so that they can get into stuff and learn a little bit more about what we've got down here in the Kansas Ozarks.
The Nature Center is open Tuesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Sunday from 1 to 4. Some Carthage grade schoolers are diving into the world of sea turtles, sorta. In advance of World Sea Turtle Day, third graders at Steadley Elementary today wrote about turtles and did some turtle-related crafts. It's part of their 20 Days Around the World summer school journey designed to expand the students' horizons.
Well, we read an article about Mexico and its animals, and so it mentioned tons of animals. Mexico is very rich in different types of animals, but this one, sea turtles, just happened. They live in every ocean around the world except for the cold ones, so not at the North Pole, not at the South Pole. So really they're everywhere and they're just interesting to learn about.
Here's a fun fact for you. Sea turtles, unlike other turtles, they cannot retract their flippers and heads into their shells. Mercy Joplin's chapter of Women with a Mission hosted a donation ceremony today. The chapter has raised more than $100,000 for such projects as ultrasound, surgical equipment, and cardiac services equipment for various departments. Women with a Mission Giving Society combines resources, vision, and passion for helping others to support and improve health care in the communities. KOIM and Fox 14 are starting a summer food drive as part of our Feed the Four States campaign. Local food pantries have struggled since COVID, so any size donation really does make a difference. As part of our summer food drive, we ask that you bring donations to your local food pantry, either in the form of cash or non-perishable food items. You can find a list of food pantries in the area on our website, koimnewsnow.com/feed. Always been a lot of pride at Missouri Southern, but John Dales has a story of a Lion who took the men's golf team to a new level. That's coming up later in sports. But first, a young girl recovering from a spider bite. What we can learn from her story. A young Arkansas girl is recovering after nearly losing her life to a brown recluse spider bite. Those spiders usually live outdoors under wood piles or rocks, but they're going to look for shelter when it rains. Ashley Lenningham has more.
Ryan Jane Henson, 7 years old and full of life. She and her family unaware of what the next few days would bring. Her mother, Jareen Henson, says it started out as what looked like a mole on her shoulder turned into a full-on fever. Going home after seeing a doctor the first time, Ryan's condition only got worse.
She had been throwing up and just continued to complain about the pain. Her coloring started to change, and I just thought, this is not right, and we've got to get a second opinion. So we loaded her up and we took her to Children's in Springdale,
where they were told Ryan needed to be flown to Little Rock immediately.
If she doesn't have a blood transfusion, or platelet transfusion, like the outcomes aren't good. So that was pretty scary. That was pretty, I guess words can't explain it.
Ari Phillips with the Arkansas Poison Center says they see an uptick in cases around this time of year, and a bite often will display itself with a violet center.
So if you wake up and you have a bruise that you can't explain whatsoever, and it's really, really painful, as if you felt like you've gotten hit by something, then that could very well be a brown recluse bite.
In some cases, like Ryan's, Phillips says it can cause a reaction that is life-threatening.
Several days after the bite can cause your blood cells to pop, for lack of a better term, and your blood counts will drop just as if you were to have lost blood from, bleeding.
After several days of ups and downs, Ryan is starting to regain that vibrant color back in her face.
Yesterday we saw some glimpses of her back to her normal self.
Yeah.
We think maybe even a little bit sassier. We give a lot of that, glory to God.
Good to see she's recovering. Jareen Henson encourages everyone to donate blood because blood transfusions are the reason why Ryan is still alive. If you believe you've been bitten by a brown recluse spider, you should contact your local Poison Center hotline or seek medical attention from your doctor. A little bit later, Carl Junction kicks off summertime with a block party.
And temperatures are going to continue to warm up as we get into those summer months. I'll have details in just a bit. Well, overall, it's a pretty nice day today. A little bit cloudy, but not too bad. Let's take a look outside downtown Joplin from the Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex. You can see it's still some clouds hanging around, but those do start to clear a little bit later on this evening and into the overnight hours. We're right on track for an average time this year. 85 is our high, 85 on average. We were a little bit lower this morning, but like I said yesterday, this was going to be one of our last cooler nights this summer. We're not near any records, with the records set back in 1963 of 103 degrees. I'm glad we're not near any records yet. We do still have some residual flooding along lakes and rivers in the area. Those are going to continue for the next couple of days until we start to dry out and some of those river levels start to go down. But we're going to stay dry for a couple of days, and even when we do get some rain in the next couple of months, it's not going to be the heavy, severe weather that we've had these past few months. Now, around the county or around the country, still getting some rain, but we're going to stay dry, and we're also going to start to really warm up. Yesterday, our high only got up to about 82, 83, but today we got up to about 85, 86, and even 88 in some areas as well. Now, the next couple of days, we do continue to go on that warming trend. Tomorrow getting up to 89, probably 90 in some of our counties, especially the southwestern counties. They're going to get up to the lower 90s. But it's going to be sunny all day, not many clouds, and it's really going to start to warm up. We've got a nice southerly breeze bringing in that Gulf air, and that's going to stay like that. We've also got a long ridge forming over our area, which is why we're getting these prolonged days of nice sunny weather. Now, moving into Friday, we've got some chances of some scattered showers throughout the day, early in the morning, and then again later on in the evening. It's not going to be heavy rain, and it's not going to be strong or long lasting, but we are going to get a little bit of rain. Now that we are in summer season, we've been dealing with 80-degree temperatures for a couple of weeks now, but now we're getting into those 90-degree temperatures. By this weekend, getting into the mid and upper 90s in some of our counties as well. So be aware of heat-related illnesses. I know heat is one of the silent killers in all weather phenomenon, one of the most deadly weather-related deaths as well. I know tornadoes you would think, but it is heat-related illnesses, heat stroke, heat exhaustion. It's hard to tell that you've got it, so just stay hydrated. And if you're going to spend long periods of time outside, make sure you're taking care of yourself. So like I said, we've got brief showers on Friday, but Saturday, Sunday going to be really hot. 94 degrees on Saturday, 95 on Sunday. Then we cool off a little bit down to the lower 90s again, and we've got some evening showers on Tuesday as well. Outside of that, lows are getting down to the low 70s pretty consistently over the next couple of weeks. And even after this, we're going to continue just to get warmer and warmer as the summer months kind of move in.
You keep using all those 90s on your graphics, and we're going to have to take some of them away from you, Lindsay. That's too many. Get more 8s, please.
This is better. You know, in a couple weeks, we might be getting into the triple digits.
Oh. We will welcome the 90s back.
Yeah.
Thanks, Lindsay. Hey, don't forget you can be the first to know about the day's weather with the KOIM Skywatch weather app. You know you can get those severe weather updates sent straight to your phone. The best part is the price. It's absolutely free. You'll find it wherever you get your apps. It's the KOIM Skywatch weather app. The Missouri Department of Conservation wants to remind you the frog season begins this month. Lindsay, you better pay up. Frog season's coming up beginning June 30th at sunset through October 31st. Those with a fishing permit or small game hunting permit might go frogging for bullfrogs and green frogs. The daily limit, 8 frogs, both species combined, and the possession limit is 16 frogs of both species combined. That would be 32 legs by my math. Even if you're not into frogging, the Department of Conservation encourages everyone to get out and enjoy nature this time of year. For more information on frogging, just hop on over to our website, koimnewsnow.com. Also have some recipes there. Still ahead, the pride of the Lions. John Dales has the story of the Missouri Southern golfer who took his team to the next level. Missouri Southern men's golf reached new heights this season. One player in particular helped lead MSSU to uncharted territory at the end of the spring. KOIM Sports Director John Dales has the story on the Lion who led the pack.
I just gained confidence over the last month, playing with my teammates competitive in practice, because I feel like it's all about competition and being able to perform when it matters.
Performing when it matters has become commonplace for Missouri Southern golfer Luis Limon. The Lion sophomore won the 2024 MIAA Individual Championship, was named MIAA Golfer of the Year, as well as an all-region athlete from the Golf Coaches Association, and a lot more. But all of these accolades were nearly prevented from happening about a decade ago.
My dad got me into golf when I was very young. But then funny story, I didn't like golf from when I was 9 to 13. I was a big soccer player. But then when I turned 14, I started loving the golf again. And since then, I've been on the grind.
The grind has taken him from Guadalajara, Mexico to Joplin, Missouri. and the change in setting meant Limon also needed to change his game.
He had to adjust to some of the different circumstances here, the wind being one, and then also the grasses here are considerably different. But he's also worked very diligently. But I think what he said about his confidence level is strong. He's got a very proper attitude for golf.
In less than 2 years, Limon became the top golfer on the top men's golf team in the MIAA.
At the MIAA Conference Championship, the entire team played extremely well the last day, and particularly the last 9 holes, and he was the anchor to that. And had a 2-shot lead playing the 18th hole, and I was standing behind him as he was preparing to drive, and I was thinking, there's no one else I would rather have hitting this shot. He's that good when he's dialed in.
Limon's season was far from finished when he won the MIAA championship. At the end of the 3-day super regional tournament, he won a 1-hole playoff, which made Limon the first Missouri Southern Lion ever to earn a spot in the Division II National Championship.
I mean, it's pretty cool being the first Missouri Southern golfer to be there. I feel like it's going to be a good experience for me and my coach.
It's kind of an exclamation point on my career because I've not been to nationals, so I get to go as well. I get to tag along.
Limon finished tied for 70th place at the National Championship in Winter Garden, Florida. It was the first time his parents were able to see him play in person since he moved to the United States. We have more details on the story on our website, of course, KOAMnewsnow.com/sports. We'll be right back. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14 tonight. City of Pittsburgh discusses a funding agreement for a new Pitt State College of Business. Plus, we're going to see how the unemployment rate in southwest Missouri compares to the rest of the state. And with the rising temperatures, we're going to have some creative tips to keep kids hydrated. Those stories, a lot more, of course. It's coming up tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. The Bulldogs are throwing a block party tonight. Carl Junction kicks off summer fun with a second Tuesday on Main Street. The event, which is open for just about another 30 minutes tonight, features food trucks, games, bounce houses, booths, and a lot more.
It's one, we're kicking off the summer with it. It's an event where we can come together as a community. We have something for everybody from bounce houses, foods, vendors. It's all about the community feel to kick off the summer for. And just in case you missed it tonight, well, Carl Junction is going to host its next second Tuesday, you guessed it, on July 9th. Check your calendar, confirm that, second Tuesday of every month. It's going to be warm out there for those at the block party tonight, but it's going to be hotter in the days ahead.
Oh yeah, the next second block party, July 9th, that's probably going to be a really hot one. But tonight, not too shabby. We're getting down to the mid to upper 60s. We're going to stay in the 90s pretty consistently after this. And we've got a couple of rainy days, Friday and next Tuesday evening. Our hottest days so far on the forecast are going to be this Saturday and Sunday at 94 and 95 degrees.
Seems like there was no real transition from spring into summer. It just, turn on the light and boom.
Yeah, severe weather season this week and last weekend, and then boom, 90-degree temperatures.
There you go. Thanks for joining us. We're going to see you right back here for KOAM News at 10. Let's make it a great evening.